Welcome back to Screen Sizzle. We extend our heartfelt thanks to you, our dedicated viewers, for joining us on our journey toward 1 million subscribers. Let me know which movie you want me to explain the meaning of by commenting below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell to stay updated on our latest videos. All right, let's not keep you waiting any longer. Let's get started. Back from the airport, Ji-hoon suspects he's been implanted with a tracking device, searching his body. He finds a strange, hard object embedded in his arm, unnoticed until now. Without hesitation, he grabs a utility knife, cuts behind his ear, removes the device, and lets blood stream down his gaunt frame. As for young cop Jun-ho, after being shot by his brother and falling off a cliff, he's miraculously found and taken to a hospital, waking from a nightmare. The first word Jun-ho utters is brother 2 years later. Jun-ho has left the major crimes unit and become a traffic cop. Despite his superiors' pleas, he refuses to rejoin the investigative team, claiming he can't recall who shot him in the shoulder. Off duty, he secretly sets sail, hoping to find traces of the island. Accompanying Jun-ho is the captain who saved him from the shore years ago. The captain still supports him without asking for a cent. As for Ji-hoon, after all this time, he can't sleep soundly, always on edge, fearing someone is out to get him. He's bought an old motel, hiring his former creditor as a henchman to aid his long-term revenge plan. For 2 years, Ji-hoon has had men scour Seoul's subway stations, but can't find the suited man who lured him into the paper-flipping game. Unable to wait longer, Ji-hoon spends $1 billion to go all in, determined to find the suited man before the new game season starts. They station men at every subway shift from dawn to dusk, but with scant details about the man, it's like searching for a needle in a haystack. Just when hope fades, Ji-hoon gets a call from mob boss Kim and his crew, saying they've spotted the man playing the paper-flipping game. Like before, the man's players rarely win money, only getting slapped red and handed a game business card, leaving the station. He buys 100 loaves of bread and 100 lottery tickets, heading to a park crowded with homeless people. With his slick skills, he tempts them to choose between a loaf of bread or a lottery ticket, a meal now or a dream of a better life. As he predicts, most choose the lottery ticket, and unsurprisingly, none win a prize. An average person with basic empathy might give the leftover bread to those who just lost all hope. But no, he dumps the bread on the ground, stomping and crushing it under his heel before the hungry eyes of the homeless. On his way to the park, Ji-hoon's car is stopped for speeding, clutching the fresh ticket. He races to the meeting point. This raises Jun-ho's suspicions, and it doesn't take long for him to recall meeting Ji-hoon years ago. In that rainy night, Jun-ho visited Ji-hoon's home, clinging to faint hope of finding his brother after discovering they both had the game's square circle triangle business card. Ji-hoon follows his crew's tracker to a narrow alley, but finds no trace of the suited man, unbeknownst to him. His 2 men have been dragged into a barbaric game. After knocking them out and tying them to chairs, the suited man challenges them to Russian roulette. The rules are simple. They play rock, paper, scissors, and the loser gets a revolver with 1 bullet held to their head, with a 1 in 6 chance of death. After several rounds with no shots fired, he changes the rules, increasing the odds of death to 5 in 6 bullets. Once brothers and comrades, they now scheme to point the gun at each other to survive, but boss Kim shockingly refuses to choose, letting his underling win. This brave act costs Kim his life, while his underling is interrogated about Ji-hoon's plans. The suited man heads to Ji-hoon's room, waiting in the shadows. Their conversation reveals the man started as a low-ranking soldier in the organization, later promoted to an armed guard. Among the losers he executed was his own father. Then he challenges Ji-hoon to Russian roulette. This time, no rock, paper, scissors, just taking turns holding the gun to their heads until a bullet fires. 1, 2, 3, 4 pulls, and nothing happens. Ji-hoon, holding the gun, could cheat and fire repeatedly at his opponent until the bullet goes off. But true to his sense of fairness, Ji-hoon doesn't. On the 5th pull, his gun doesn't fire, and the suited man's life ends. Meanwhile, young cop Jun-ho follows clues to boss Kim's hideout, then to Ji-hoon's motel, where he sees the suited man's crime scene but is knocked out before he can arrest Ji-hoon. Only when Junho is tied up does Ji-hoon get a chance to explain his plan. After the suited man, he aims to track down the masked commander, Oh Il-nam's right-hand man before his death. To reach him, the only way is to attend a party, following the invitation prepared for Ji-hoon. Of course, Ji-hoon won't go unarmed using his massive winnings. He amasses a black market arsenal. He converts an entire motel floor into a shooting range and plans to hire backup for the upcoming party. Seeing Ji-hoon's resolve, Junho agrees to team up, but keeps secret that his brother is the game's commander. The story shifts to Kang No-eul, a North Korean defector and ex-soldier struggling to bring her daughter to South Korea. Her 1-year-old daughter was left alone in her homeland after No-eul defected south. Her fate unknown. To survive, No-eul works at an amusement park by day and sleeps in her car parked on the street at night. While working, No-eul bonds with a young girl, the daughter of a Park Street artist. On her last day, No-eul sees the girl fall gravely ill and rushed to the hospital in critical condition. 3 years after the game, Ji-hoon keeps his promise to Sang-woo and Sae-byuk to care for their families. Junho and his mother wait hopelessly for his brother's return. Even on the anniversary of his wife's death, years ago, Junho's brother donated a kidney to him, but when his wife fell ill, they couldn't afford treatment. After his wife's death, Junho's brother vanished, leaving those behind in endless guilt and pain. For the Halloween party, Ji-hoon removes a molar, replacing it with a fake tooth fitted with a tracker. He and his mercenary team confidently head to the rendezvous, unaware of what awaits. Masked game soldiers boldly enter a nightclub, shake off Ji-hoon's crew, and escort him to a waiting limo. In the limo, Ji-hoon bluntly declares his intent to shut down the inhumane game for good. The black masked figure counters that all players joined willingly, and even if the game stops, their lives won't improve. During the conversation, Ji-hoon's escort vehicles are completely cut off outside. Inside, Ji-hoon demands to be taken to the game's location, then passes out in a cloud of sedative gas. Kang No-eul now enters the game, not as a player, but as a triangle-masked soldier, authorized to use weapons when needed. The next morning, Junho leads a search team, following the signal from Ji-hoon's tooth to the organization's island. After a deep sleep, Ji-hoon wakes in a dorm, donning his old Player 456 uniform. This time, the players include someone 10 billion won in debt, another ruined by cryptocurrency investments and despised widely, and a young pregnant woman in her final months, and a mother and son, reunited here by the son's massive debt, unspoken between them, all come hoping to restart their lives, unaware that every 100 million won earned costs a human life. As usual, the game stops if the majority votes to quit, with the prize split among survivors. Before the first game, Ji-hoon reunites with Jung-bae, a friend who fought beside him at racetracks and refused to lend him money when his mother was gravely ill in Season 1. Ji-hoon carefully instructs Jung-bae and others to follow his lead, but with no one knowing what's coming. His words carry little weight. As red light, green light begins. Ji-hoon discovers the tracker in his tooth has been removed. Outside, his team has been misled to an entirely different island, with no trace of him. So Ji-hoon must go it alone in the upcoming game, shouldering the self-imposed mission to save as many lives as possible. As the doll turns and starts counting, Ji-hoon, at the front, warns everyone to freeze on command. In the first few rounds, no one breaks the rules, making Ji-hoon's shouting seem like the ravings of a madman. Chaos erupts when the first bullet is fired at a girl who flinches. Like a chain reaction, players panic, scream, run, and take bullets to the head. Those brave enough to stay calm finally grasp their dire situation. They move cautiously, following Ji-hoon's guidance. Smaller players hide behind taller ones, forming lines to inch toward the finish. Occasionally, a rapper named Thanos stirs trouble, shoving a few players. Overall, the group loses few players until the game's final moments. Like before, some staff collude to traffic players' organs. Among the eliminated, some aren't shot immediately to preserve their valuable organs. With seconds left, Ji-hun, already at the finish, turns back to help player 444, shot in the leg. With help from player 120, Cho Hyun-ju, the three drag each other to the finish line. But upon uncovering the soldiers' dirty organ scheme, No Yu-il shoots player 444 per the game's rules. Before they can process it, surviving players learn 91 have been eliminated, pushing the prize to 9.1 billion won, or 24 million per person. The remaining 365 players vote to continue or end the game, voting by number in ascending order. Ji-hun, first up, unhesitatingly presses the X to stop. But for those billions in debt, 24 million won is a drop in the bucket for them. Going home penniless is no different from dying here, without prompting. The majority votes to continue, prompting Ji-hun to speak up, lacking eloquence. Ji-hun's heartfelt pleas fail to sway others from continuing the game. He reveals he won the previous game and saw everyone else perish. At that moment, the soldiers intervene, accusing him of manipulating the vote. It seems Ji-hun sways some late voters, making the tally neck and neck. Now, the final outcome rests on the last voter, player 001. After much hesitation, he presses the button to continue the game. No one realizes player 001 wasn't at the red light, green light game. Instead, he was behind a screen, orchestrating the entire game, thus, while the organizers tout the game's fairness. And that's the first half of Squid Game Season 2. Thanks for watching our video. We are Screen Sizzle. Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell to catch our latest uploads. We're grateful for your support on our journey to 1 million subscribers. Let me know which movie you want me to explain the meaning of by commenting below. Until next time, enjoy the movie.